Hi everyone, it's More Easy Graphics. Today I'll be showing us how to create a social media flyer using Photoshop as a beginner. So without any further ado, let's just go straight to the business. So we'll be creating a social media poster for Valentine. As you can see, there are symbols of love here and also gifts which depicts what we call which illustrates what Valentine is all about. So now the first thing I'll be doing here is to create my page. So I won't be using the usual custom size which is pixel and 3000 by 3000. Today I'll be making use of inch. So I'll be making use of 12 by 12 inch. My resolution still remains 300. My color mode still RGB and still 8-bit, with my background content remains as white. So without let's just create. So after creating this new page, what I'm going to do next is just to bring my image in. Now the first image I'm going to bring in is going to be my background, which you can see. Then just have two resources to use it, and the reason being is just trying to make it simple. So I'm going to drag in my background in. So after this, I'm going to resize it by holding my alt and dragging it to fit into the page. So after doing this, I'm going to bring in my image. So as we can all see, we can see that we have a background behind our image, but what we need here is just these two couples. So I'm going to crop out this. Now I do make use of quick selection, quick action to take this background off by just clicking on background remover. So for those who are using a lesser version of Photoshop, like 2014, 2013, 2015, you'll be using your pen tool or your lasso tool. So it's it depends on any tools you want to use, but I'll be using a quick selection tool here, a quick action rather, to just take off the background with just a click. So before I can do that, I need to rasterize my image. So after rasterizing, then you can see a quick action. Let me drag to the so you can see remove the background and select subject. So for me, I will just have to just select the subject. So after selecting my subject, I will add a layer mask on my image. I'll add a layer mask on my image. Probably I need to zoom in to see if my selected object is actually the selected object is actually selected very well. So let me check. Now as you can see, it is not selected fully. So what I do is to take my quick selection tool. After taking my quick selection tool, I'm going to make this a bit smaller so I'll be able to adjust this. So I guess it ought to select straight up. It was because my sampling all layers and enhancement is not on. That's what is why I think it is not selecting properly. So, so after doing this, okay, I guess we'll be using our lasso tool after we crop up the image. So let's check if we still have any other places that needs to be adjusted. Okay, I think we can just add our layer marks now to crop out the image out of the background. So after doing this, you can see the result. It crops out the image once, the background out. So here we can see that the image there are still some parts of the hand that has the background, so we need to crop this out as fast as possible. So yeah, I'll be using my lasso to do that. So after doing this, the next thing is to bring in my text. So I'm going to type in the text as well. So after doing this, the next thing is to select the font I want to use for my text. So I'll be selecting Play Fair display for the font. So after doing this, I would make sure I resize these things, this text to my satisfaction, the way I want it to be. So I think this is okay. Now I'll be selecting a different font for the last sent text here, which is going to be poppings. So I'll be using regular. Now I'll change the font size. Let's just select to make it a little bit small. Let's select 25 and see what it gives us. Okay, let me adjust this. I think it's too much. Now let's select 20 and see what it brings out. So I think 20 is better. Yeah, 20 is better. Yeah, I think I still need to adjust my image just to make some space here. So I'll be bringing this down. I'll be making some adjustments. So I think I'm fine with this. Now I'll bring this down here. I would resize my happy. It seems too much for me. Okay, I think I'm okay with it now. I think I'm okay with this. Okay, now the next thing is I don't want to make this look flat. I need to make it look attractive, even unique. Even if it is simple, I need to make it look unique. So the thing I'll be doing is I'll be changing the color as well. Now I'll be changing this color. I'll be sampling a color from this love to make it darker, so the construct will come out well. So I'll be doing that. Let me sample from this, and let me pick a sample from the file as my last board. Okay, now I'm fine with this. Now the next thing to do is I don't want this to look flat on the surface. I want something unique out of it, but I got the inspiration through this symbol here, this love, and I felt I can just give it the same kind of effect it's having. So I'll be using my beveled and a emboss to create the same effect on my text. So I'll be creating the effect on the Valentine and happy. So let's just do that. Now I having it this way. Now you can see that immediately I click on this, it actually appeared that I've set this down before. So what we'll be using here is 20. The the style will be inner bevel, and the technique is still smooth, while the depth will be 100, the way I set it to achieve what I want. So that is the amount I'm going to be showing us. So the size is going to be 29, and the softness is 15, remains 15. Then the angle of which I got that is 58. Then the gloss cutter will be ring. I make use of ring. So make sure the highlight mode is screen, and the opacity is just 50, as well as the shadow will be multiplied, and the opacity is still 50. So the next thing I'll be doing is just to click OK. Now I discovered this look too much kind of dark, too wide, so I would try to increase the color just to give it something else. Okay, I think that is okay. Let's see the results. Okay, I prefer this color, so I'll be choosing the same. Let's see the color code. I'll be copying the color code just to paste it on the rest of the images. So happy to take this color code, so I'll paste this here and say okay. Now the thing I'll be doing here is I would have to make happy also the same, to have also the same effect as Valentine. Well, how do I do this? All I need to do is to hold my alt and click on the effect I did on this and drag it down onto happy, so it will have the same effect. Now it's having the same effect but kind of not showing. So what I'll do is, let me zoom in so I can apply the effect well on it but as well. So I'm going to make it kind of a bit smaller, or okay, and the depth, I'll increase the depth. Okay, I think I'm fine with this. So now as you can see, something is being done here. We've gotten to a stage whereby I think this is quite okay. Now the last thing I'm going to do here is to another thing I'm going to do, this is not the last I think, so I'm going to make a cloud to make them be inside this background, not outside. So I'm going to select the cloud here and crop it out, then place them behind the image. So without wasting time, let's just do that. So I'm going to be hiding this, and I'll make use of my quick selection tool to select where what I want to actually crop out to. So make sure your enhance edge and sample or layer is on. So when it is on, you'll be able to select them well. So after I'm done, I'm going to press Ctrl J. Now after pressing Ctrl J, the next thing I'm going to do is to bring my cropped out image above my main image. Now I'm going to make my image visible so that you see the results. Now you can see that my image is in between the background and is at the background, and this image actually makes it look real and simple. So that is how I achieved this. So the last thing I did was just not to make the next thing I did was to create a shadow for this image. So I'm going to create a shadow. I'm going to create a shadow for this. So the light of this image is actually from the right. So as you can see, you're seeing this coming from the right, and the shadows at the back. So I'm going to bring my shadow behind this way, or place my shadow behind this way and reduce the opacity, so to just make it look real. So that is that. And the last thing I'm going to be doing here is to blend all my image together to give it the same to blend the color and the background, everything together. So I'll be making use of my color balance to do this. So now on my image, I'm having much of red and a little bit of yellow, so I'll be adding, and also much of magenta. On my midtone, I'll be adding red a bit, probably 10 is okay, 9. My magenta can also be minus 6 or minus 10. I think it's to ash. I think minus 8 is okay, and my yellow I would have it as minus 6. So my shadows too, I will add a bit, but I'll give it, my red should be around 3. It's too much, I think it's too much. Then my magenta give it around 3 as well. Then my yellow also around that 3 or 4, 5. So I think this is okay. My highlight as well, I need to edit that. I'll be giving it kind of magenta 3, then my yellow as well 1, then a little bit of red, so it will look too reddish. So now this is the after. after we are done. Now you can see that the image is blending with the background. So here I'll be showing you the before and after. So now this is the before and now this is the after. You can see the uniqueness of this, and this is how to create a simple social media poster as a beginner. So that is that for today. I'll be dropping the link to get the resources below. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure you share and also like and comment to get more inspirational design on my platform. So thank you.